He's got a man wide open. Can he come down with it? He does!
Welcome everyone to Inside Martinsville Football here on WREP 15 Sports and the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. I'm your host Eric Meyer, joined as always by Artesian head coach Brian Duggar. And coach, first congratulations, a big thrilling come from behind overtime win over the Greenwood Woodmen on Friday night.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun on Friday. The kids were resilient. There was no quit in them again. It's kind of becoming a theme with those guys, unfortunately. Fortunately, but that we're putting ourselves in a situation. But it was a lot of fun coming back, forcing overtime, and getting a dramatic win like that. Just everybody was feeling pretty good afterwards.
Everybody was feeling good. We'll actually show a picture here from the Reporter Times. Melissa Dillon took this picture here. I believe that's you with the vertical. That's pretty good, man. That is up there.
Yeah, I still got it. I still got it a little bit.
So you were fired up, and the kids were fired up. It was pretty awesome, like you said.
It was pretty cool. The big play by our defense there on the 2-point stop, and the kids kind of rushing the field, and the excitement you saw. Even the coaches there getting up a little bit, but it's just a fun night in general.
Fun night. Again, we appreciate Melissa Dillon, who took that picture for the Reporter, and the Reporter allowing us to be able to show that as well. We got a lot to talk about on this show. We will get to Greenwood the rest of the game, and we'll also preview the Artesians Mid-State Conference matchup at home Friday night against a very good Decatur Central ball club. But let's go back to Greenwood and talk a little bit. You talked all week about finishing. That's the job, and that's what you guys were able to do. Even down 28-14 late in that game, you guys were able to finish the job, get it into overtime, and then finish in overtime, scoring the touchdown, and then the big 2-point conversion stop to win.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Bloomington South game was, we kind of felt was a tale of two really good teams, and Bloomington South just made a few more plays than we did. So we talked about finishing those drives, not giving up a 3rd and 12, not giving up a sack on a long play for what can we do to finish a play and be better, and we did that. Even down 28-14 with 8 minutes to go, the kids did a great job of fighting. We had big plays. Braxton Dilly had a big reception up the sideline that kind of got the offense going. We scored a touchdown on that drive with Braxton Dilly. Then came back. Defense got a 3-and-out, made a big play there. Garrett Skaggs, Ty Martin did a good job on a fade route to Garrett Skaggs for about 40 or 50 yards out to tie the game up. We go into overtime. Chase Mabry makes a great catch in the end zone to give us our first touchdown. Ethan Hanline does a great job with all his PATs all night, hit ours, and then our defense on that, the 2-point try, we had 3 or 4 guys there to make the play and finish it. But those were those big plays in the game that had to be made, and we did a good job of finishing that and making those plays when they needed to be had.
And you guys got off to a great start in the contest as well. On Friday night, you got Matthew LaFerry back, and what do you do? First play from scrimmage, you just send him on the go route, and almost got a touchdown there.
Yeah.
So it's pretty great start.
Yeah,
for you guys.
I told Ty and Matt that was going to be our opening play. I told him on Thursday, hey, we're going over top first play, have fun. I wanted to kind of welcome Matt back a little bit. Getting our senior leader back out there at receiver was a big deal. He had a really, really good game. I think he finished with 6 or 7 catches, 130-some yards, and a touchdown. So we wanted to get him involved early, and we wanted to show that we had some versatility out there and to add to those sophomores who've kind of come along a little bit.
Offense made some big plays when they had to. The defense as well, down a couple of key kids. You got some big-time plays out of some of your players. Kids stepped up. Bo Hess seemed to be all over the field on Friday night.
He was all over the field. He had, I don't know how many tackles he finished with, but the highlight tape, it's him, one play after another. He's all over the place. He really stepped up with Ethan Potteroff being out and Weston Pemberton being out. He really kind of took it upon himself that he had to take it to that next level, and that's what we challenged the kids. We knew we were going to be without some guys, and we said next man up. That's the philosophy. When next man up, it's not just that guy. Sometimes it's the other guys who are already out there pulling a little bit more weight. And Bo did a great job with that. He really kind of took it upon his own to do that. Again, Larry Bland had another big game out there at corner for us, a couple big stops. And our guys up front, Nigel Bryant and Malachi Pringle, those guys, they played their butts off up front, and just we really stepped up in a way that needed to be done with those guys out.
Total team effort for your ball club. You mentioned the resiliency, the no give up, and you had to have that on full display in those final 8 minutes of the game, down 2 touchdowns, but you're able to get big plays offensively. Big defensive stop, another big play offensively to get yourselves into overtime. Yeah,
and I think that team effort was key. You kind of look at the comeback. It's not like one guy just started playing all of a sudden. I mean, Tyrus got hot there in the fourth quarter, but it was the different guys. I mean, he hit Braxton Dilly 2 or 3 times. He hit Chase Mabry a couple times. He even had a couple swing passes to Tyler Cox. But Garrett Skaggs and Cheatham with some big catches. We kind of just got in a rhythm and really kind of got going as a unit there offensively, and our defense has just been great all year and really flying to the football and making plays all over the field, and that showed on that final 2-point play. I mean, we had 3 or 4 guys at the point of attack and just not letting them get in the end zone, and that's such a huge deal that the win wasn't just because somebody did something, it was because we did it as a team.
Able to do it as a team. When you had the overtime come up, I know you meet at midfield there with Coach Campbell and go through a coin toss. I couldn't tell by watching the game. Did you guys win, or did they defer? How did that all go about?
So with the coin? They won the toss and deferred,
right.
Which is what you want to do.
What you want to do.
You want to have the ball second, which because then you got to know what you got to do, whether it's a field goal and need a touchdown to win it. Are you going to go for 2 or not? That type of situation. Coach Campbell and I met out there. We exchanged, complimentaries of each other and how much fun the game was at that point in time. They won the toss, and I was the bad guy who chose to go play away from the student section, but felt bad for those kids at that moment. But we're trying to get a win, so.
And able to do that, like you said, you guys get the touchdown there on a nice pass. Chase Mabry came down with it in the corner.
Too.
Yeah, nice. I don't know if it's fade route or something that you
corner route there.
Corner route that you guys are throwing there, and he pulls in. And then, like you said, the very big defensive stop. You guys swarm into the football, and as a team effort, keep them out of the end zone and get the big win. Yeah.
Overtime was fun. Our kids were. I know Coach Campbell said in the paper that they went for 2 because they felt like we had the momentum. And I do agree with him. I feel like the energy was on our side. Our crowd was more into it. Our players were more into it. They were kind of skating on ice a little bit at that point in time, trying to survive. Our offense came out. I think we scored on the second play. I think we ran a play to Tyler out the backfield. In the second one, we hit Chase on the corner route on a one-on-one matchup. Good ball, great catch. Even pass interference on the play, and he still hung onto the ball. Then Ethan made the extra point, and I forget what play they scored on, second or third play, and then they went for 2 and went go for the win. And our guys, they didn't panic, they didn't hit the, this is our play. We talked about it all week. This is our time to make the play, and those guys did it. They stepped up and kept them out of the end zone, and celebration began.
Big win for the Artesians as they beat the Greenwood Woodmen in overtime, 1-0 in Mid-State Conference play. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights, if we can, of the win over Greenwood on Friday night. Again, these highlights courtesy of Carl Vandeventer.
So opening play there, we were going to go over top to Matt. Wish he'd have got in. That would have been kind of cool to start the game on touchdown. But big sets us up inside, and then we finish it off with this pass here. This is a good ball by Tyrus out there where only Matt could catch it. And it's nice having your senior guy back, a guy who's got some experience and can make some plays. And there's Bo. He was everywhere. He was all over the place. He had an outstanding game.
People that have been around here, people that have been around here a while, you hear the name Bo, and to a lot of them, Bo Shields comes up. You weren't here, but Bo went on to play at Marion for a little while and had that same kind of tenacity.
There he is again. Just flying. That's three tackles right there, all in the backfield. That gives you an idea of the type of night he had, and the sun's still up at this point in time. Here's a little trick play we put in, get Tyler Atkins out there. Tyler's done a great job for us. And we find a way to get him involved in the game plan a little bit, because he's going to be a really good quarterback for us in the future. And sneak him in there as a receiver and let him throw the ball to Matt LaFerrier over top.
And you get that on film too now. Some coaches don't want to do that, but now they got to prepare for it.
We got
can do so much stuff off of it.
We got a little package we got with Tyler out there at quarterback, so we're gonna we're going to keep that going. There's Bo forcing a fumble in the backfield. Good job there by Jason Cox getting up there and scooping that up.
Their running game very good, but you also force them into a lot of these
type of situations of throwing. Yeah, there's Caden Long, a guy filled in. We had two guys who had to step in for Weston being out. Caden Long with a big pick there. Riddick Bolton had a good game as well. But it's good to see those guys who are coming in varsity action making a big play like that. We didn't get the run game going the way we had the first few games. They were going to load the box and make it tough on us, and they're really good up front. That's what they do. They're solid up front. And it got kind of tough for us to get that going, but luckily we got our pass game going and kind of moved the ball that way. Here's Larry again. Again, like I said earlier, he's kind of become our guy out in coverage, a guy we count on to put on the best team's or their best receiver. And here he is flying up and making a tackle. Just a guy we can really count on out there. There's the Brad. This is kind of the play that sparked the offense, really. You see Braxton Dilley, not the fastest kid there, kind of rumbling, stumbling there, but you know, that kind of sparked our offense a little bit. Like, hey, you know what? We can make some plays. We can make some things happen, and that set us up. And then we had this nice little jet run here by Tyler, and then we'll hit the dump pass off our jet the next thing to Braxton Dilley. And this was kind of like, okay, you know, things are good now. We're down by a touchdown here with a few minutes to go. We can do this. So I think that play there by Braxton really kind of sparked some stuff and got us going.
And Braxton, you see the defense flying the ball. Braxton's such a kid. He works hard. He always seems to be in the right place. You should see him in a basketball game. He always seems to be around the ball. Yeah. Comes down with the rebound, so it was great to see him do that. And then Larry again.
We really liked it when teams have tried to challenge him. We ran that same play, and again, it sparked us on the first drive here. And Braxton, again, the energy was big on this because he trucked the kid, and guys were kind of jacked up. And that sets up the big throw here to Garrett, and Garrett runs right by him, makes a great throw here by Tyrus, and good catch. And all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game with about 2 or 3 minutes to go.
And that's what Ty likes to do. He can throw that long ball, that deep ball. Very good at that.
Definitely a strength of his game is that deep ball. They did a good job. I didn't think they could do it. They went the length of the field, set it up to where their kicker could have an opportunity, and she just missed it. We're very thankful she missed it, but it was good for us. I say here's the opening play in our overtime. We did a little swing for trying to sneak Tyler in the flat there, and then came back to this here to Chase. And again, you see this catch kind of catches it one-handed because the guy's holding on to his other arm, and he got a little banged up on this, as you can see. He kind of went down afterwards, but he finished, ended up running off and finishing it for us. And then I believe this is the big stop here.
Conversion,
Wyatt Schrake comes off the block, and there's two or three, I know Bo Hess ends up cleaning it up. Surprising, right? But there was 2 or 3 other guys there, and Bo kind of finished it, which was, pretty much the way the whole game went for the defense. So the right guy got the big play there.
Awesome for you guys to get that win. 1-0 in conference play, the big bounce back after the game against Bloomington South. Now you got to kind of put that all in perspective, get right back into practice this week. It's an odd week, school-wise and with the Labor Day. How have the kids responded thus far in practice?
The kids have been great. Attendance was good on Monday for Labor Day. The Artesians labor on Labor Day, so we got after it, and the kids were here. I think the kids are excited. We're viewing this as kind of a conference championship week. Decatur is probably kind of the team to beat in conference. Them or Mooresville, and if you're going to win it, you're going to have to beat them both. So we're viewing this as a conference championship week. In the college football, that's always at the end of the season, but in high school, you don't get that. So we're looking forward to the opportunity to kind of see where we're at, kind of a measuring stick game. We feel like we could easily be 3-0 right now. We could also be easily 0-3 right now. So it's kind of one of those where we're going to kind of find out where we're at.
And it's kind of hard to find out, too, where maybe Decatur Central is at, because they've had a little bit of a different schedule. They open up with the Center Grove University to start off the season, and Center Grove's blowing everybody out. So that you kind of throw out. They get the win in week number 2 over Plainfield, I believe. Perry Meridian, right? And so that's a team, though, too, as well, that you're familiar with the Perry Township as well. But the fact that they've been down for the last couple of years, then they come back against a good Whiteland ball club. And you kind of look at some of the stats and some of those things, that they get the big win. Whiteland's always tough to play. as well. So maybe hard to figure out a little bit of what kind of Decatur team you're going to get out of Kyle Enright, but they've got some playmakers on both sides of the ball.
and what you said is spot on there. The Center Grove game Center Grove's another level, and they're definitely the best team in the state this year. That Center Grove Cathedral game is going to be real interesting in Week 9. But you kind of take that one, and you kind of see some of the positive things that they did in that game. And then you watch the Perry game, and kind of they dominated it from start to finish. And the Whiteland game last week was good to kind of see them at more of an even foe for them, and kind of see what they can and can't do. But at the end of it, there's one thing that all three films show, and that's they've got 3 or 4 playmakers that are just really, really good football players. And we're going to have to do a good job of kind of not letting them make those big plays, and not letting them pop off a run for 80 yards, or it seems that they have a lot of crazy things that happen. I know the Tracy kid had like a scoop and score where he hurdled 3 guys and just made a phenomenal play, and got to kind of can't let those types of things happen.
When you look at their team too, you mentioned Tracy, Javon Tracy in the line. His brothers all went to play Division I football. Yep. He will go play Division I football as well. And then you also look at the quarterback, Horsley. He kind of makes them go. He's the one with the reading them and rushing. And he's outrushed more than what he's thrown for, but quite capable of doing both. So 2 kids that you definitely have to pay attention to.
This is hands down the best team we've played. Anytime you talk with the Tracy family, they're just phenomenal football players, and he's right in line with his brothers and making plays. But the quarterback makes him go. Horsley makes him go. He was really good last year. He's even better this year. He's throwing the ball really, really well. That's what I've been really impressed with his game. His game has gone from kind of an athlete who could throw the ball to kind of more of a quarterback this year. He's been very impressive. We got to do a good job of not letting him make plays. He's really good at extending a play and finding a Tracy or someone down the middle of the field for 40, 50 yards. And he'll beat you with his feet too. So our defense has their hands full this week. It's not going to be an easy task for them, but I think we're up for the challenge.
Offensively, you talked a little bit about who they have personnel-wise, and it starts with the quarterback, Horsley, and, of course, Javon Tracy out there at a wide receiver spot. But what do you see out of them? What do they like to do offensively, like set-wise and types of things that Coach Enright likes to do?
Yeah, he does some stuff. He'll do a lot of motioning and create space and different opportunities. They're pretty diverse offense. I think Kyle does a really good job of not just getting stuck into one offense. He was kind of the double wing motion back kind of guy for a long time, and he's gotten away from doing more trips and some more spread stuff and kind of using his speed a little bit. I think Kyle does a really good job of making sure his kids are in good spots. He's going to find a way to get Tracy the ball. He's going to find a way to let the Horsley make plays, and that's just what they do. They'll kill you with waggle. You get going one way, and they're going to go back the other way, and all of a sudden the guy's going right down the middle of the field wide open. You got to read your keys and trust your keys in this, because that's what they make you do. So, they're sound and they're good.
When you look at them on the defensive side of the ball, I know when Coach Whitson was in here, he talked about him, and I think Coach McKinney said they play that cat defense. You got that cat, you got that cat, you got that cat, and we're going to our cats are going to be better than your cats. I don't know if that's the right term, but what would you see out of them defensively, what they're going to be?
They're going to play man-to-man the whole game out wide. They're going to match up with us. They're going to put 6 guys in the box, and they're going to let those guys do whatever they kind of want, blitzing and stunting and all sorts of different combinations. Blitz pickup's been a big theme this week for our practice plans, and they're going to come at you. They're going to ninja some stuff and come at you from all different angles. That's what they do.
So that's what you know that they're going to do defensively and offensively. We talk about it every week, but we'll go over it again. Yeah. What are the keys to the game? I know you've hit on some of them, but keys to the game, what you guys are going to have to do offensively and defensively to get away.
Well, one of the things is we're a little banged up. We got a little banged up from the Greenwood game. It was a physical game, so we'll probably have a few guys out this week. So again, it's going to be next man up for us again this week. Next guy's going to have to step up. Other guys are going to have to elevate themselves a little bit, and we're going to have to make some plays from that department. Offensively, the big thing's going to be we're going to have to identify our blitz pickups. We're going to have to communicate up front. If we're on the same page, our system is good for what they do, but they can cause lots of problems with it. So we got to communicate up front, win our one-on-one matchups out wide, and make some plays. Defensively, we have to do a really good job of not letting the big play happen. We got to kind of keep them locked in, make them go full drives, and hope they make some mistakes here and there, and hope our guys make some plays.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Should be a great environment out there at Ciderwoods Field on Friday night. Yeah. Good luck.
Hey, thank you.
That's Artesian head coach here on Brian Duggar on Inside Martinsville Football as Martinsville gets ready to battle Decatur Central. If you can't get out there and support the Artesians, remember you got to get your tickets online ahead of time to be able to get in there. You can tune in and watch us on our MHS Rewind YouTube live channel. We'll have the full live stream coverage of Martinsville and Decatur Central. As always, I'd like to thank the head coach Brian Duggar for coming in. For Coach Duggar, along with Blaine Maxwell and Cole Willingham, who came in and helped produce it, I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time inside Martinsville Football.
He's got a man wide open. Can he come down with it? He does!